All right, this is our setup. Today's plaster day. We have Matoro helping out. We have Sarah also helping out.
Begrudgingly helping out.
And we have Diamond Bright. So we're using Diamond Bright plaster. I could have applied a mortar bed to this, but instead we just kind of shaved off any of the imperfections on this slab. I have made it as flat and smooth as possible. If you do a mortar bed in a pool, don't use your typical type S. Use something from Mape, specifically rated to be underwater, because it will withstand a lot of pressure. We did do an acid wash just to clean it up before we did concrete. I did wait 2 days. Then I did baking soda just to neutralize anything. And I did go ahead and pH test this just to make sure it was at a good range, which I believe is in between 7, which is neutral, to 8.5 is where you want the slab. So normally with plaster, you use a mortar mixer. Most plasters, like, you have to have a mortar mixer. This is a concrete mixer. Luckily with Diamond Bright, they approve having a concrete mixer.
What's the difference?
The other one kind of does like a dough.
Just like has a different thingy in the middle to stir it.
I've only plastered once, and the last time I did was on this pool 8 years ago. However, our friend Jeff pretty much did the whole thing, and I was kind of just grunt work, mixing stuff, helping out, cleaning. So I wish I remembered more. With that said, at the end of this video, I will tell you anything I learned. I honestly don't even remember the texture. I don't remember how tacky we got it before we applied our second coat. Kind of throwing out where I'm at right now and how this will be a learning experience for me. All right, with Diamond Bright, they say mix at least 5 minutes and no more than 10, so that is what we'll do. I'll set a timer. I also like to get my water in there first. 1.5 gallons to 2 gallons for an 80-pound bag. We're gonna do 2 at first, so I'm mixing up 3 gallons. The final product, if you use less water, would be more dense and greater strength. Here goes nothing. When mixing this stuff up, I try to go as slow as I can when adding it. It'll make it less chance for clumpies. Wow, looks gooey. So that's the minimum of what they said. And I mean, this is kind of my first time deciding on my own. Looks good to me. So we're gonna stick with 1.5 gallons per 80-pound bag.
You got it on the tile. You're supposed to?
You get it everywhere, brother.
I'm so confused by what plaster does. Oh, it looks so fun. Like, I go over the tile.
Yeah.
This doesn't look like it has a lot of extra though.
Yeah, you can take it from here.
What if it goes over the side?
Oh my God. All right, you need to go get up here and take care of her. Rinse her feet off. What? Dude. right, guys, flat's done. I found our holes.
Sorry.
Sarah and I are still married.
Am I doing this right?
All right, the top's done. I'm waiting on the new batch to hit the wall. Yeah, I'm slow. I need to go faster. And then I think I have like maybe 20 minutes before I need to start my final coat. All right, guys, first pass done. I mean, I was a little scared that it would dry too fast at first, but now that I'm kind of ahead of things, I'm not so scared. Mostly because we have this helper down here. Also, I already put my 3 gallons of water in here. Instead of cleaning it out all the way, just made sure the edge is nice and it looks like nothing's sticking in there. If you can, spray this one out.
Okay.
Because we don't want it getting hard.
No, we don't.
So the sheen's kind of wearing off. So I'm gonna hit it one more time up here. Trying to get as far as I can. So honestly, this is some of the most satisfying stuff I've ever worked with. And Sarah is leaving.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Everyone say thank you, Sarah. She made my life a lot easier. Putting up with me, keeping the vibes good when I'm freaking out. Luckily, it's hard enough when stuff falls on it, it goes away. I wish I could get all the way out there. Yeah, this was so much more mellow than what I thought. Try to use the least amount of water that I can. So I just realized how much of a hurry I am in. Obviously, it's not too stressful because everything is good enough right now. Well, I have the tile, and I have that tile down there and that tile down there, but then I forgot I have the holes, and I haven't really messed with those yet. So I want to try to finish the flat, then do the holes, then the tile. We'll just let this tile sit up a bit more. Man, this inside corner trowel is amazing. the first time I've been kind of applying a little bit of water because everything is pretty much rock hard. Just enough water to give me a little play with my trowel. So honestly, it's not doing anything. It is officially hard. So I guess when I was really stressed earlier, I was more thinking it would be like this, where you're working it and then boom, you have all these areas left over that you never got to, you didn't have time for. But luckily, I kind of finished everything and got it to where I was happy enough with it. And then that's kind of when it started to get super hard. So it worked out. I have a timer set for 1 hour, and in 1 hour I'm gonna put a little bit of water on here and have a soft bristle brush and see if I could remove some of the cream. It'll make it a little grippier, less slick, and also expose that color. Normally when you're doing plaster, you either do this method or you'll do an acid wash. I think that might be, you could do it next day. The way you could tell if it's ready is if you hit it with that brush and only the cream is removed and all those little pebbles stay in, it's good to go. If you see some of the pebbles start to get washed out, it's too early, stop and wait. So I have a timer set, and we will be back to remove some cream. This morning I had other stuff going on, so we didn't get started until later. I think we started at like 3 p.m. and then maybe by 6, it was my final pass. And so really it's like 7, 8. Now it's dark. And I did look it up. I thought it was like maybe an hour to 2 before you start hitting it with the water. Obviously it varies due to the temperature and humidity. After looking it up, it says 2 to 4. And so really that would put me at like 9 at night. This is kind of just me talking and letting you know why the next shot will be at night. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's working. Honestly, this is the first time I've done it, so I didn't fully know what I was supposed to look for. We're not getting any aggregate, and it looks super cool. I'll have to show you. Yeah, I didn't expect to see this. I'll have to steal this camera. All right, hopefully I could show you. So anyway, I thought it was totally like breaking this thing up, because that's what it looks like. Really, none of the aggregate was coming off, or pebbles, I don't know what to call it. It was just, the cream, but it looks like that. So in my opinion, when I first saw it, I was like, oh no, I'm destroying it. But I guess that's what it's supposed to look like. Another thing with all of my videos, if there's ever a comment teaching me how to do something better or showing that I did something wrong, I will pin it up top. So just things like this, you know, if someone leaves a comment saying, hey, it's supposed to be like this or this, and I think it's valuable for everyone to see it, I'll pin it up top. I did hear that sponges are not abrasive enough, but a sponge will not hurt it. So I'm actually testing it out to see if the sponge will work. Seems like the internet was right. It is not doing the trick at all. So let's try the brush. In all the videos I found online, I haven't seen a close-up of what this actually looks like, which is why, I mean, this whole project, I'm kind of learning for the first time. I've been hitting it with a brush, and then almost like how people getting tattoos, they'll kind of wipe it away to see what's going on. I've been using the sponge. It actually has a nice film over top, so you can't tell. And then you hit it with a sponge, and then boom. I don't know if you could tell, but the color really comes out. So this is what it's like with no hit up here. And this color down here is the hit. There's kind of like no cream on the top. It's all rocks. All cream, all rocks. For the night, we're gonna clean this up and start filling it up in the morning. It's a week later.
Has it really been a week?
Yeah, over a week.
Huh. I know you need my attention, but I'm paying attention to the dog that we don't know if she can swim, because she's about to.
She's like gonna belly flop.
She's gonna be able to stand, so it's fine.
For the record, this is why we made this. We wanted little baby puppy dogs to have fun and a safe way in and out.
Hi, this is Winnie. She lives across the street.
All right, I'll start with a mistake first, which is visual. I definitely started exposing the aggregate too late, which, like I said, I would rather do that than too early, but you can definitely see the cream in a lot of areas. But I can always go back with muriatic acid and clean that out. But that's the biggest visual thing I messed up. Any of the other mess ups, I'll probably learn more in the comments because I don't know about the mess ups yet, really. It all turned out how I wanted it, if not better, because I was like extremely stressed. I was worried I would just mess up everything. So the fact that it's here and it's working is better than I thought. I haven't seen a lot of plaster like this online, especially like DIY or just individual people. So a big question I always see is like, can you do a whole pool yourself? I did have a helper. I did. If it is a pool this small, like I think I could probably do this pool myself if I had one person to help clean up all the tile for me, so I can just kind of move through with a trowel and do it all. Also, this is for like people like me that are not experts at this. Like I think if there is an expert, obviously he doesn't need to be taking advice from me. He would know whether he could do it or not. So after doing this, I think it is possible to do a small pool yourself, but it'll be hectic. Definitely recommend having 2 people. How nervous was I when it first started?
Oh, you were like so stressed out.
I was very stressed, it's true.
I think of the video, I mean, I haven't seen it, but all I can think of about Plaster Day is you walking around in your little princess heels. Lubed your pants?
Well, like get electrocuted. Dude, do not. I just stepped on an extension cord with those.
Yeah, you'll electrocute yourself. And you were just like, clackety clack, like, that was the whole day to me. As far as I'm concerned, people were like, oh, you did plaster? And I'm like, yeah, Josh walked around in little spike heels. It was awesome. Anyway, yeah, but plaster's cool too.
I think we did.
Yeah, too bad you edit out all the good parts and you just leave in all the boring educational parts.
This is our new member to the channel, co-host. So we've made about 6 videos on this. They're all kind of like individually, the wall, the flat, building of the frame, pretty long and drawn out. So I just want to do one more video on this. It's going to be a start to finish of this entire process. And so after this video, we're going to make one more, and Sarah will be there to co-host that video. It's a doggy stare. It's the first time the doggy stare has been used.
She says, I just needed the confidence. You're so brave, Winnie.
Look at the back foot.
Yay, Winnie. Oh my goodness. And you can touch the water. You can do it. Yay, Winnie. Yay, summer girly. Are you excited? Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's what that towel is.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Oh,
We'll see you on the next
bye.
one. Peace.
She did it.